Hi, my name is Rick Black, and I am a book and digital photo artist in Arlington. This is my garden out front. I spend a lot of time here when I am not working in my studio. I love the 12-foot sunflowers and my butterfly garden too. When I got out of college, I got a job in publishing in New York City. That led me to being a reporter in northern New Jersey, where I grew up. I loved getting out and talking to people and then writing up their stories. It eventually led me to Israel, where I was a reporter for the New York Times. But I truly discovered my passion when I passed by the Center for Book Art in New York City. I had always wanted to work with my hands. I fell in love with the Vandercook presses and the giant guillotine paper cutters. After I took a number of classes, I took the leap and started my own press in 2005. It's called Turtle Light Press. The name came from a nightlight that my wife and I got when we were married. I just loved the idea of slowing down so that light can shine forth. I make limited edition artist books that can take years to complete. While working on these long-term projects, I stay involved with customers and the community by turning digital photos into paintings. I particularly love landmarks, businesses, houses, just about any kind of architectural structure. I also have discovered haiku poetry, so we publish some haiku poetry books too. Working with beautiful papers from around the world, that's really one of my favorite parts. And putting the artist books together, cutting, folding, sewing, taping. I just sit down in my studio, put on a record, yes, I still have a record player, and get lost in the work. I also love letterpress printing. I drive to Pyramid Atlantic Art Center in Maryland. There's something about the deep impression that an old press makes, the way in which words are embossed into the actual paper itself. They're massive machines, but their precision is incredible. All it takes is a piece of newsprint to adjust the height of the plate, and that'll be the difference between a mediocre and a great print. I like to immerse myself in the process, and often my artwork develops even more while I'm printing or assembling an artist book. For instance, in one of the poems of the Amichai windows, a collection of Yehuda Amichai poems in Hebrew and English. In one poem, entitled The Jews, I have reproduced a photo of a shopfront with anti-Semitic graffiti from Nazi Germany. While I was assembling the poem, I saw a bit of super on my desk. Super is the name of the fine mesh that helps form the spine of a book. So I decided to cut a small piece and place it in the window of the picture. By doing so, I used the bookmaker's material itself as a metaphor for the burning of books. It ended up making the piece even more powerful. With my digital art, I love the color and playfulness of the pictures. Doing this work allows me to get out and about. I never really wanted to have a desk job. I learned this art while doing a book to mark the 100th centennial of Highland Park, New Jersey, where I lived before coming to Arlington. In my studio, I crop the pictures and apply various filters until I like what I see. It's a constant process of experimenting. In fact, I published the work of a haiku poet, Nick Virgilio, who lived in Camden, New Jersey, and wrote, among other things, about the loss of his brother in Vietnam. He said, "There is no creativity without experimentation." And I believe that. I think he's right. I love the freedom of being an artist, that dynamic of seeing how my work develops each day. I also like setting my own hours and being at home. Arlington is a great spot for me to be an artist. It's a quick metro ride to the wonderful resources in D.C., the Library of Congress, the museums, etc. And then I can assemble my artist books in my studio, right near my garden. Perhaps one day I'll be able to get my own press and have some classes for kids. I would enjoy that. That would be a nice way to contribute to the community too.